Yeah, I don't know. It kind of sucks, obviously. I knew this day was gonna happen. I knew this day was gonna fucking happen. I had an 80% win rate in April. Everything was going good. I did have a win last week, but I knew that this day was gonna happen. Some red day was gonna happen. Hey guys, it's Will. Welcome to the channel. I'm a part-time day trader trying to become a full-time. We are in week 2 of May, which is May 12th to May 16th. You see right here. And I did take one trade, or at least I traded on one of the days, which was Friday. I am gonna remove the filter right now and change it to dollar amount, and also take out the privacy filter and change this to May 12th to the 16th. And I am down $58.80. Definitely not happy with this. This time I am net PNL $58, like I said. Trade win percentage is 0% because I did not win any trades. Before it was 100. Before it was nice, it was 100%. Now it's funny because now it's exactly a 0. So it's completely the opposite. Profit factor is nothing because I did not win any trades. Day win percentage is 0. As you see over here, I did take 3 trades. So if I click on this, I did take 3 trades. It was all a break and retest short. And we are in a bullish market, so I could be dumb trying to do shorts, but there's always a way to do shorts. My first trade was 32% loss. Second trade 18%, which is good. 27%, which is on the higher side. 32% is on the higher side, but I don't mind if my trade setup is valid, and I believe it's gonna work. But obviously it did not work, and I attempted it 2 more times, and that was annoying because I took more trades than I wanted to. I'm okay taking 3 trades if it's not on the same idea, but if it's in the same idea, then that's probably dumb of me trying to try it 2 more times. It was all the same trades, all the exact same setups. I just kept attempting it 3 times in a row. It was on the SPY and it was a put, so it was a short position. As you see here, this was Friday. All the markets are pretty choppy. They're not aligning, and I did take the trades. I told myself, even in my last video, I said I want all the markets to align. Did not follow my rules, and I just lost. It is a little choppy, but I'm gonna go to the 30-minute chart first and show you guys the NASDAQ, because this is the main reason why I lost. So the past couple of days, we're in the structure right here. So we're in the middle of a zone. We opened around here, okay? So I am looking for a break and retest. If it breaks this, I can play a retest long, or if it breaks down here, I can play a retest short. Those are my ideas. Either short if it breaks that box, and I long if it breaks that box. But in the middle, these are zones. These are smaller zones that I can take, and that's what I did. And those are totally fine. That is fine. If I align it with other markets, I can do those trades. It's because this structure right here, these are the bigger time frames. So if it does break those zones, then those are more confident trades. It's not like I'm gonna take more size, but I'm just saying I'll be more confident in the trade. So what I did was basically, I was trying to short this level right here. But the thing is, it never actually broke that level. It kind of did, but if you look in other markets, it didn't break it. I'm gonna go to the ES right now because that's where I actually took my trade. I took it on the SPY, which mimics the ES. This is the ES 30-minute now, and this was the structure of the market. I wasn't supposed to short. My game plan was to only short if it breaks this low right here. If it breaks that low, because it is breaking the pre-market low right here. It breaks the previous day lows, so I can play a break and retest short. And I'm kind of dumb, honestly. I am pretty dumb. I'm literally just understanding this right now. I don't even know why. I was backtesting yesterday and I didn't even see this. I thought this was a pre-market. So I thought when that broke, it'll be a good retest. The criteria that got me into this trade was that 1, there was a break and retest of pre-market lows, and 2 was a break of previous day's highs. So that was 2 confluences that made me want to take the trade. But the only problem was that the NASDAQ was still holding a demand zone, and I just tried to short it because my intuition was telling me that I should short it because the setup looked A+ to me. In hindsight, when I'm looking at it now, the pre-market was actually this low right here, and I just didn't realize that, even though that's why I was thinking that I was gonna short it only if it breaks this low right here, and that's the only short of the day. I do see this level, how there's a previous day's high right here, and then it touches here as well. That's why I have a zone there, and it was also in the pre-market right there. So that's why when it broke, I thought I can just target this lower here and get into a retest short all the way down to this demand, and then I can just sell right there. We do see that it gets close to there, right? But now I'm gonna go to the 2 minutes and show you guys where everything happened. This right here is a 2 minutes now, like I was showing you guys earlier. Up here is a QQQ, and that's where I trade if I take the NASDAQ position or a Qs. This is the SPY. So when I trade, I either take the Qs or I take the SPY. But I also look at the NASDAQ, and I also look at the ES. I always try to make sure that they all align together, all 4 markets. Sometimes they don't align fully, but I do take it because I believe a market is stronger. This is what I was seeing early morning. We see holds in the pre-market at 591 on the SPY. Holds right here. ES, you can see a hold at the 59.42 or general arrows around that area. I also marked it at 59.40 and also right here. And that was also the previous day highs. So that's why when it broke, I thought I could get a small pullback into this demand zone right here. The only thing that was messing me up was the Nasdaq and the Qs. We see that the demand zone is right here. It never actually broke. It literally just touched it, and that's all it did. The Nasdaq still dancing around the zone right here, and that's why I lost. Zooming in a tiny bit closer, why I got into this trade was because I saw a strong break. That's what I love seeing. A strong break. Slowly start retesting the level. You see how it slowly starts to retest the level that I want to short, and then it starts rejecting right there. It starts rejecting. The first time it rejected right here, boom. It goes up, slides more higher, and it rejects again. And that's where I got my entry. I got my entry at this red candle. We see it in the ES as well. It breaks, starts retesting, fails. I don't take it because it's too early. It starts sliding on more. It's still rejecting. So that's why I got interested in taking it. Once I saw that reject like that, I was like, this is an A+ setup. I just have to take it. I knew that the Qs was still holding this demand zone or general areas around that demand zone. But I told myself, I seen this earlier on the week. I was saying that there was a lot of times, or at least this week, that one market was just stronger and it just followed the market. So then once I saw this retest and it was A+ for me, I was like, I just gotta take it, just take on my shot because it looks so A+ that I just gotta take it. And that's what I did, and I lost. The only difference between this trade and the trades that I missed in the Monday and Tuesday, or I think earlier this week, not sure which day, but the only difference was because it actually makes sense. All right, here's Monday. I had my zone around 503 and 505. I actually do have a small picture here. Don't mind the face. I just took it from my video because I did journal my trades on this day, but somehow it just got deleted. Sometimes it gets weird and it gets deleted and it gets annoying. You see how my zone right here is 505.24 and 503.55. I did explain this whole thing on my previous video, so if you guys want to watch that and where I got this level and why it actually worked. Since the market was straight up that day, I knew that it could give us a small pullback. We do see the SPY holding this demand zone right here, so like, why would I short this level? The ES was breaking this level right here, but then there was a demand zone here, so like it doesn't align, right? They're all like kind of choppy, it doesn't align, so why should I even take it? The Nasdaq is still holding this level right here, so like doesn't make sense. But once I started seeing this level on the Qs reject multiple times, reject again, and it reject again as well. This was also a bear flag right there. I knew that it could go back all the way down to this zone right here on the Nasdaq. I would get out here is because the 200 SMA, 200 daily SMA, and the 100 daily SMA is right here as well. So even though we are in demand zones and we are holding these structures, the market is like overextended, and this level right here on the Qs was really strong, or it was a really strong supply zone. So that's why I believe it could work. This right here was the Thursday, and I don't even know if I would take the trade, but it was later day. It does break above the QQQ level, it starts retesting, and then it goes all the way up here. It was only like a $2 scalp, but it's still a good break and retest. But the only problem about that is that we do have supply rejections of the SPY and the ES, and it was around here and here. The markets weren't aligning, and then I wouldn't know if I would take the trade. So that's why sometimes one market is just stronger than another market, and then you just gotta take your shot and just understand which market was actually driving the market up. Going back to all the charts, even though the market wasn't aligning and I was trying to take the trade, but they aren't the same as the other market. We see that this was breaking down, retesting level, and then it was rejecting. I could take it for a short, and it did work for other markets. But the thing is, that was a different idea. The other markets made sense, or I think it makes sense because it has an actual idea, it has an actual structure to it. If I'm just looking at this market right now, it's choppy. Just going to the bigger time frames, here's the 30 minutes now. We see that there is this structure low or demand zone on the Qs. This is the Nasdaq right here. This is the SPY, and this is the ES. So what I was looking for was a break and retest of that. But when the SPY was breaking down, it's breaking down this zone right here. ES was breaking down this zone. The QQQ was still holding its demand zone right here. The Nasdaq on the right side is still holding this area right here, and it still has a demand zone right here. So the market structure isn't breaking down yet, and I was trying to short it. Yeah, I don't know, it kind of sucks. Obviously, I knew this day was gonna happen. I knew this day was gonna fucking happen. I had an 80% win rate in April. Everything was going good. I did have a win last week, but I knew that this day was gonna happen. Some red day was gonna happen. Of course, I had a losing trade last week, and then I made it back, and it had made a little bit more. It's not like if you're trading, you're always gonna keep winning, and I know that's not gonna be the case every time, but I didn't know it was gonna be this bad. $60 is not bad, like 58 bucks is whatever, but I'm annoyed that I took a trade and I took it 2 more times. It's not like it's break my rule. I don't have a set in stone rule like, oh, I can't trade 3 times or 2 times or whatever. Was confident in taking my trades. That's why I was able to believe that it can work, and obviously it's not working because it was the wrong market structure that I was reading. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me just sharing my losses, my wins, my progress, and just a regular person this trading goes through. You're not always gonna win, you're not always gonna lose, You just gotta keep trading and stay disciplined, keep staying consistent. But yeah, it's a lost trade. What can I say? Hopefully come back next week. And gotta do what I gotta do. Just making sure that I'm locked in, reading market structure, and just get back my losses. Obviously my goal is to get back my losses, but I'm not gonna like try to upsize or like increase my size and all of that type of shit. But I'm just gonna play one step at a time. Just try to take W's, read market structure properly, and that's it. And what I like to say is, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Keep staying disciplined, keep staying consistent, and let's just get 1% better every day. And I'll see you in the next one.